from Alameda, California, the Comfortably Zoned Radio Network presents Flying High Over the Zone with the Zigzag Man.
I am back, and you are comfortably zoned with me, the Zigzag Man, in Alameda, California, right across the bay from San Francisco in the northern part of the great state of California. As you may or may not know, I'm kind of a baseball freak, and one of my good friends on Facebook has a thing going where he helps prospects who have either been overlooked or never signed, and he gets them back in the system so they can be professional baseball players. Best way I can describe it. His name is Donato Resta, and it's the first time he's been on the Comfortably Zoned Radio Network. I think his idea is absolutely terrific, and I'm going to give him the microphone so he can tell my audience and myself exactly what he does and how he helps the great sport of baseball. Donato, how are you, sir?
Fine, great, thanks. Everything is okay, and it's great to be on your show. Thanks, Ralph.
Where are you calling from, Donato?
I'm calling from Germany, from a little tiny small town across the Swiss border, and it's nice to make it into your show. Thanks.
Well, I'm delighted to have you. I got to tell you, what is it that you do? Who is your partner? You have a partner in the States that you do it with, and how did it get started, and where is it now, and where do you envision it 5 years from now?
Okay. It could be a long story to tell, but I try to make it pretty short.
No, try to make it a long story.
Oh, really? Okay. That's
please make it as long as you want.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. So, I'm running some kind of a agency. Just like you can call it a scouting agency or a special kind of business where we are looking for to improve our or to help improve our prospects, our players in our academy. We are running our own academy here in Europe. And it's exactly as you said. We are trying to help prospects, overlooked prospects, which didn't make it for tryouts to get into higher leagues or into better academies or so. And it's not the easiest way.
How did the academy come about, and who are some of the instructors that teach in the academy?
Okay, so I'm part of the academy. I'm the European coordinator, and it starts mostly directly with my scouting job. I'm roaming around in Europe. I'm looking for kids, and I try to get more information about them. You have to consider all the environment of a player. It's not always easy. You have to consider the social cultural part of a prospect's surrounding and everything like this. And and if we are offering kids a place in our academy, we are working with them for about 2, 3, or even 4 years. It depends when we pick them up, because here in Europe, maybe you know about the kids who made it already into the big leagues in your country. They get usually picked up by 16, 17 years, and then they go through the whole system until they are ready for the big leagues. And sometimes here in Europe, they are not. I try to be really honest right now, and sometimes people don't like to listen to me when I'm talking about this. But not every prospect in the tryout camps in Europe is a real prospect, and a lot of the real kids who really would deserve to get a ticket, they rest at home, because there are a lot of people, they don't have the knowledge to rate them, or they just like to get the kids pretty well prepared already for a fresh signing, So we are working with kids who are maybe having the high potential to make it into bigger leagues and even the big leagues, and there are a lot. But as I told you, it's sometimes not that easy, because you have to work or handle some flaws and even struggling kids with having problems in school or with parents or so. And but it's worth it. It's worth it, because you can care about the kids for 3-4 years, and you see how they improve, and you can really build a relationship even with the parents and the ball clubs, So
Boy, that's terrific. Do you have? I was just going to ask you about your relationships with American Major League Baseball affiliates. Are you attached, so to speak?
That's a good, interesting question. People always asking me, because we are running our business independently, and it's to me it's the only way to do it. With my intentions, and to do everything in the name of the game. We have affiliation. I don't say affiliation because we're independent, but we know organizations. I know the more or less the most of the European scouts of the organization in the US, in MLB. But it's just like they are doing their jobs, because they are directly affiliated with the organizations. They are caring about their prospects, and they have to report everything directly to their organizations. But we are completely independent. We are trying to do. We're trying to close the gap in between. Sometimes it's funny, can I give you an example from my work? This year I went to the European Championship up in Regensburg. That's a tournament of all the European high class A pool club teams, and I met a scout from a very, very famous MLB organization, and we were talking, and then he said, "Yeah, I'm here for scouting," and I knew him, and but he didn't know me. That's sometimes interesting, because if the organizations are changing the scouts,
right.
They don't know. They don't work.
Who is this man?
Usually I don't bring up names, so. It's in our business. But I like to give you the example about my work. So he is a great guy, and I mean, a great pro, and in his business. And he asked me "Oh, what you're doing?" And I didn't hear from you yet. And I said, "Yeah, I'm doing this and this." And I explained him what I'm doing, just like I'm explaining it to you right now. And he said, "Oh,
Right.
that's interesting." And do you know any kids, overlooked kids and so on? And I told you exactly the same story like you. I said, yeah, you are going up to the tryouts, to the MLB tryouts. You see the kids; they are great kids, well scouted, but there are a lot of other kids still waiting at home to get picked up because they didn't make it due of I don't like to say it, but I have to. Kids, they don't get the tickets because they don't have the connections to the coaches or the parents. They don't aren't much going out for dinner with the coaches, and you know what I mean.
It's a go between to get these kids seen and get these kids noticed, and
exactly.
I mean,
I can give you an example. Four years ago, I was in Zurich, and this is a small one of the smallest baseball leagues here in Europe, and it's not a real high level league, but they have kids there too, talents, and I was really surprised. I did see a kid and I thought, oh my God, this kid is very talented, high potential, and I did rate the kid. I was really confused because I couldn't believe myself. My rating. I thought this can't be true. And I asked it, "Who are you and what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm playing baseball. I'm 16 right now." And I asked him, "Do you know about your potential?" And no, they don't let me really play because I'm German. I'm not even Swiss. I can't play in the Swiss national team. So yeah, I'm playing here, and I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. And I said, yeah, you have to really improve your talent. You're a great kid. You can even make it into the big leagues if you stay healthy and if you're committed. So would you like to get to come into my academy and improve your game, and we'll see what we can do for you. And I said, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. And it was really interesting, but the problem was the kids. They didn't let the kids play in the teams there as they should, because nobody really did see his talent, and he was still young, and the older guys, men. In the mid-20s or even 30s, they get the ticket to play because they even are financing the teams, and the very promising kids, they have to stay back, And he didn't have even the connections to get into academy or so he was pretty lost. So I was talking to him in a way like this, and I did offer him a slot in our academy. So the same with his friend, a very talented pitcher, a young kid. And I worked 3 or 4 years with them. Unluckily, the kid I told you, the high potential, talented kid, had a very severe injury, and that was really, throwing him back quite a bit. And now he's building up his condition, and he's trying to hang on in the near future. But he's already hitting home run, has an average above 500, But the problem is he's already 21, and he lost 3 years with his injury, and because they didn't let him play. So that was really, really. This is an example, a negative example, how it could go in our environment, So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Donato, let me ask you a question as a scout. What is a common denominator that successful players have that run, that they all have. The people that you come in contact with, the kids that you come in contact with, that advance, that progress, that get all they can out of themselves, what's the common denominator?
You mean what's the most important thing, or you mean
what do they all have? What do successful people have in common? I guess.
Okay, yeah.
It transcends baseball, perhaps, but in your eyes, what is it that makes for a kid that has a good chance of being successful?
In my experience all over the years, it's not exactly what the people believe. People believe it's always the technical stuff, the toolkit the kid has to bring into the bigger leagues. That means
mental thing, isn't it? It's mental, isn't it?
That's what I'm heading for. It's not the toolkit when it comes to, as an example, as an infielder, how you feel, how your throwing is, or how strong your batting average, or how you're batting, about your mechanics and everything like this. I mean, this is absolutely the most important thing usually when it comes to judge the kid on the technical in the technical rating. But if you have 5 kids and they are all performing the same way, they are close to even being 5-toolers, which it's more or less impossible because 5-tools, as you know, they are very seldom to find, and it's a scout's dream, lifetime dream. So, but just like an example, if you have 5 kids performing perfectly, and you would say from the technical point of view, would say they could make it into the big leagues. You can maybe rate them 4/6 or 4/5 or so. By the end, if you have to judge between all those 5 kids, you have to scratch it down to the projectability of his whole profile. That means exactly as you said about the mentality. You have to consider all the physical things. You have to know that the parents.
They're all equal. They're pretty much equal physically.
Exactly, and you have to know about the projectability of the kids. As like the great scout Tom Giordano said, projectability is everything, and this is the crucial part of it. And if you have a committed kid, a really solid kid who is not struggling mentally wise, that's already that could be already a ticket. But you have to consider all other things too, the physical, the health. You have to consider the health part of a kid. I give you an example. If you know the parents and the parents, they are in their 30s or 40s and they heavyweight and they are wearing glasses and then you have to think about could that be a part of that could be important in judging. It goes to the genetic thing exactly. But this is one part, and it comes to eyesight. It comes to the social cultural environment of a kid, how he can perform in a team. Is he a team player? Is he social aware about many different things? But by the end, as I told you already, it's about the mentality. It's about his commitment, about his is he strong enough to go through this very tough school of they have to go when they're signed into instructional league through the whole minor league system usually until they maybe can make it into the big leagues. So you have to consider this too, and this is very, very. It's not easy to do for a person like me because it's sometimes a very emotional thing to do, and you have to make your decisions, and you have to judge. And this is one of my part of my business. I really sometimes I don't like it, honestly.
Hey, sometimes I don't like my business either, but we try.
I didn't say I don't like my business, but this is the part of my business I really sometimes ask myself, I don't like to play God, and it's not playing God, of course not, but you can destroy a kid's dream if you after 3 or 4 years you have to say to him, it's okay, you're a great kid, you're talented, but not enough to make it into the big league. So 4 years of your work, of your committed time, and even the kids, of course, and their parents, is okay. It's not wasted, but you know what I mean. It's not by the end getting the result as everybody is looking for,
I appreciate that. Hey, listen, Donato, you're terrific, so I'm going to give you pass down a tip that an old scout, and I can't divulge names just like you, Donato. I won't divulge names. But he told me that when he's scouting and he sees kids that are of equal ability, he'll look for the kid who will look him in the eye.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And if
you
just go with that, he said, all things being equal, it's the big giveaway in human interaction. And if somebody looks you in the eye, be it the doctor you're going to, or your banker, or your lover, or whatever, makes a big difference. And he said it's the same thing to judge a kid, his mental thing. If he could just communicate with you and look you right in the eye when he speaks to you. So I'll pass that on from a great scout, a great guy, but anonymous. How about that?
I could imagine who you are talking about. Maybe that was George Genovese, the great famous scout, was affiliated with the Dodgers. Great person. But coming back to this, it's absolutely right. Absolutely, this is one of the truths when it comes to this kind of business. Absolutely. I mean, it's exactly what you are expecting from a kid. When you are talking to a kid, you are expecting that the kid is directly heading for your eyes. And I say for your eyes too, because I know a lot of coaches out there in the ballparks practicing, and when they are talking to their kids, even if it's the brightest sunny day, they talk to their kids with still the glasses on, even they have a one-on-one discussion. It starts already with the adults, But
right.
This is just another part. But you're absolutely right. I mean, a kid who's able to communicate in a polite and honest way, then this is just one of the best signs you can get. And this goes on with his mentality. I mean, this kind of person, young person,
social interaction is very important, and it gets lost today with all the games, the handheld devices, all of that stuff. You want a kid who can be in the game and concentrate on what you're saying. That notwithstanding,
Absolutely.
I want to ask you, you're such a passionate guy. You love the game. How did that develop? Are you originally from Germany. Where was your exposure to baseball? Very unusual.
Ralph. No, I'm not German. I started all over right now. I was born in Switzerland as a son of immigrants. My heritage is half German, half Italian. From the father side, I feel more Italian. But I grew up in Switzerland as an immigrant because, with baseball, it did start all over. When I was 18, 19 years old, I was already, attracted by baseball. But in Switzerland, this small, tiny country, nobody could play that game. They didn't even know what's baseball. If you told them you like baseball, they ask you, oh yeah, I know this is the American sport with the tall guys. So, no, you mean basketball? Oh, you mean basketball? Don't they wear helmets? And I said, yeah, and it's a rough sport. And I said, no, you mean football. So okay. So they didn't really know about baseball. And I had my baptized when it comes to baseball down in Italy when we were on vacation with some friends from a nearby city in Switzerland, Lucerne. And we went to a baseball game, and because I was very, very interested to watch a game, because I really loved the sport. I did see it in the movies, in the American movies, American lifestyle, but we didn't have the chance to do it. So we went to a baseball game down in Italy, in Rimini. That was just crazy, I tell you. I was just like electrified. It was just like, oh, that's my sport. I have to do it. Oh, and my great friend and. He's a lifetime friend of me. He's from Lucerne. He said, "Hey, that's really great sport. I have a team in Lucerne. We are nine kids and playing already, but we don't have, we don't have another team to play." And I said, you know what? When I'm back after vacation, I tried to found the first team in Zurich, and he said, "Oh, that would be great. Okay." And then we start the federation, and it sounds very naive, I know, but you know what? We did it. I just can't believe it, but we did it. And
how many years have you been doing this? How many years has this been going on?
Oh, that goes back to 1980. That was in November, when it was so cold. It was already more or less snowing. We held our first baseball game in Switzerland, and I remember it was so cold. You'd rather go skiing than playing baseball out there, but we had to do it. It was so just like a symbol in our mission to do it, to start it. And the next year we did start the federation, and I was playing with my founder team, but I wasn't really happy about the attitude of the kids, and they didn't really play it very. Some of them they really played serious, but other one they didn't really believe in a future, just like in another. Better improved baseball country. So I changed. I left the team and said, okay, that's okay. We already have another first team in our city. So I go and found the second one, and the second one was exactly the same. And then I found the third one with of course with friends. I wasn't always alone doing it, but I have such great friends doing it. And by the end, after 10 years, I didn't see any further development, with the federation, with the teams, and it was just like more or less just for fun, and I have to be calm. I can't tell you everything. So I was really upset, and I left the country baseball-wise and made my experience in the States. And before I did my experience down in Italy because I was always very close connected to Italian baseball. They helped our federation the first days on. They helped us financially and with equipment and everything like this. And that's why I never lost the connection to my baseball home country. You know, that's Italy, and that's why I'm pretty close to Italian baseball. So many friends down there, and can't live without Italian baseball. I love it. It's a part of my soul. And but then after 10 years, I made my first American experience, and wow, that was really.
Tell me what that was about. How that came about.
That was very interesting. I went to an Italian baseball convention, and I met a guy from Tucson. He was very affiliated with NCAA baseball, and he offered me. He said, "Hey, why don't you come over to Tucson, and I introduce you to college baseball, Division I college baseball with the Arizona Wildcats." And I thought, "Oh wow, that would be a great opportunity." And I did that. I went to Tucson. I had a great time over there. It was just incredible. I had so many possibilities to get some inside views, looks into college baseball. I did practice with Jerry Kindle's great Wildcats, and and from then on, I was just like again. I was just like baptized again, and I knew I have to go on, and I have to really care about baseball. And you know, I'm not a typical baseball guy, you know. I'm not the guy who goes with you know, I'm teaching or I'm doing what I'm knowing from my coaches or what everybody is telling me. Old school, you have to do it in a way like this or so. No, I thought there must be more than just all those half wisdom knowledge, you know. So I did go the way more into science, you know, and I did study books and lectures and everything like this, and that changed me completely. But that made me very, very, in the first years, very lonesome. You know, I was pretty just like getting lost because I thought, hey, now you're following a path you really know that's the right one, but everybody around you, I mean, most of the people are telling you the contrary. You know. And that was a really tough time until I did find my new path. Yeah.
Okay, we're all looking and for different paths and different ways. And it's difficult when you're a groundbreaker. Nobody's done it before. There's no guide to bring you through it. I admire you and what you're doing. How can people that want to find out about your academy get in touch with you? I know you have a website. What is that?
Yeah, our website, you can find it easily by punching in INI, and then the stroke.
Okay, the stroke.
And then GoPro.com. That's it.
All right, I'm going to spell it. It's IANDI, and then there's the hyphen.
Yeah, exactly.
GoPro.com.
Perfect.
I'm talking to Donato El Resta. And Donato, you have passion. And whatever it is in life that you do, everybody out there, if you're passionate about it, it makes a big, big difference. And I'm delighted to have had you as a guest. And I'm going to follow you and your exploits. And I think baseball can bring us all together and make for a peaceful world. And anybody who's involved in that is my friend. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Ralph. And it was a great opportunity to tell you about my about my life, because it's my life. And I hope I will help some people even with this show to get courageous and say, okay, I didn't make it my first time, I didn't get my first ticket, so I tried to make another try. So if that helps,
that's what it is in life. They could knock you down, but if you get up and try again, that's what it's all about. Before I let you go, you have a partner here in America that you'd like to mention, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's Roberto Angotti. He's a great guy, and he's also living at the West Coast. He's living down in Irvine. He's running one of the top 10 Major League fan blog sites, MLB4Life.com, and he's a great baseball aficionado also. I mean it wasn't a coincidence to meet him and do business with him. He's working for the Italian American baseball family, which is affiliated with the Italian Baseball Federation. He's covering also the international Italian national team events in baseball and softball in the U.S. And it's just great fun to work with him. And we are sharing our philosophy since a few years. That's why we call our company I&I.
Beautiful. Now, is there a D in there?
No, it's just I&I.
I-A-N-D-I. Am I correct?
Yeah. If you go to our website, you see the logo, and you see the I and I.
Ah, beautiful.
Just like you and me, or.
I understand. Donato, you're terrific. Can't wait when you get up to Alameda, California, and you call me from Webster Street, and I'll buy you some pizza.
Oh, that sounds great. And I buy you then.
It's called Alameda Pizza. It's as good as New York pizza. And,
wow. And then I will offer you a good glass of Italian wine there. I'm sure they will have a great Italian wine also. Huh?
I will in turn offer you hospitality and friendship.
Great, Ralph.
That, and I really enjoyed your company on the air. So
thanks, Ralph.
Come back. Let us know what you're doing, and I'll be flying high over the zone next week, the same time, same place, and I want you to keep on keeping on.
Okay, that's absolutely great, and I don't like to miss one opportunity to tell you that one of your guests in your shows, like Lenny Randle.
I was hoping Lenny Randle would be here this morning.
Yeah, that would be great. But I tell you, one of my greatest friends also, who was very influencing my work and opened my eyes in the last few years, is John D'Acquisto. Johnny D is one of the greatest guy I know in my whole life, and I'm so thankful what he told me and showed me and opened my eyes, and I'm pretty honored and proud to be on your show. The same show.
And we're proud to have you. You're an additive, and I'm appreciative. Thank you very much, Donato. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. Adios, everybody.
Okay. Bye. Ciao. Ciao, Ralf. Okay, wie hast du gefunden? Gut oder schlecht? Nein, sag jetzt. Habe ich zu viel über die Schweizer geredet oder so? Nein. Ist der Schweiz noch mal hören? Du? Ja. Wie hast du gefunden? Ja. Du weißt, du weißt stundenlang machen. Ja, das ist auch wieder fast eine Stunde gewesen. Und jetzt wie hast du gefunden? Gut, da.
Hi, this is Ron. Who's this? Hello? Lenny?
Ja, sicher mit mal einen anderen Aspekt von Baseball aufzeigen.
Is Lenny there?
Ich weiß nicht, was er gefragt hat dann. Oder was er gesagt hat. Ist es das Leipzig? Ja, so wie es aussieht schon, ja. Hast du mir noch mal Schluss?
Lenny? Hello, Lenny?
Nein, ich habe noch nicht eingeschenkt. Ich hätte nicht können, dass man nicht Gluck macht, wenn ich da am Ding bin. Am Ding.
Is this Lenny? Hello?
Bling, bling. Wieso macht sie immer bling, bling? Haben sich die einen direkt angeschrieben, weil sie sich gehört haben? Weißt du? Happy Friendship Anniversary, my friend. John hat mir gerade etwas geschickt. Weißt du, manchmal haben wir so, ich meine, das braucht es nur das ist, ja, du verstehst. Jetzt darf ich ja schon laufen. Er hat am Anfang gemeint, ich kenne jemanden, und er gemeint hat, ich kenne ihn. Der hat dann nicht mehr den Einstieg nicht gewusst. Verstehst du? Aber es ist easy mit dem Ding zu machen. Du verstehst ihn gut, er redet easy und Hast du geschrieben, jetzt haben zurückgeschrieben. Thanks so much. Er hat geschrieben, hey, thanks again, Ralph, das Nachhinein. Und dann hat er geschrieben, das kommt dann in den nächsten paar Tagen. Und ich schriebe ihr, thanks so much, Ralph. I thought the next time when I'm in your area, it would be great to make a video about you and your work life, to let the people knowing about you, even over here. Oder was meinst du dazu? Ist doch cool, könnte man ein Interview machen, oder? Sag, jetzt komme ich auch mal gerne in die Idee. Also, glaubst du nicht. Hast du gemerkt, als er gefragt hat, welche Karte das war? Hast du es gut gefunden oder nicht? Das, mit dem habe ich meine Seriosität doch gezeigt, nicht? Oder hast du es nicht gut gefunden? Also ich nehme an, dass du das nicht verstanden hast, wenn ich das so gesagt habe, oder? Ja? Und ich habe niemanden angegriffen, oder? In der Schweiz auch nicht gross, oder? Und den Italiener habe ich auch noch das Kränzchen gewinnt, oder? Nicht? Hä?
Oh,
Eben den Italiener habe ich auch noch ein...
hello.
Weil wenn du das machst, dann bist du echt drauf, ich kann das so sagen. Weil du eigentlich
Hello.
gut nachher, du musst erst keine Fehler erleben. Wenn du das Wort nicht findest, dann kommst du in so eine Betreuerin im Fall, ich sag das. Verstehst du, was ich meine?
Hello.
Das ist all die Arbeit, die wir uns gemacht haben, haben wir gar nicht gebraucht. Und trotzdem ist es gut, wenn etwas viel hätte ich gerade drauf.
Hello.
Cool wäre es, an der Leine noch das Ding kommen. Ja.
Hello.
Oder ich hätte das nicht falsch verstanden. Ich kommt mir das nicht ein bisschen falsch hin wegen meiner Ränder. Und ich sage, ja, nicht nur der Leine Ränder, sondern auch der Can, oder? Oder? Was meinst du? Hä?
Hello.
Hä? Ja, das sagst du. Ich habe immer Haare in der Suppe. Ich habe auch nicht das Ding angegriffen, Bumblebee oder so. Roberta, habe ich auch noch 20 gefunden.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Get ready to pay $2 more, Bobby, for orange juice, thanks Irma. Ja, das wird den Leuten zeigen. Oder? Und ich meine auch mit dem Ding habe ich natürlich, wenn das Leute dann hören, habe ich natürlich etwas gesagt, was noch niemand gesagt hat. Dass in Europa
Hello?
gute Staat, wenn es um die Kids geht, oder? Laufen.
Hello?
Ja, da können wir aber nicht laufen.
Hello? Hello? Hello, Ralph? Ralph? Hello? Hello?
Wenn wir eine Nachtaste machen? Nein, du. Hm? 4? Ist das etwas zum 4? So eigentlich schon. Weißt du, und jetzt hat er unsere Seite so promotet. Holy shit. Du. Roberto wird recht holen, ich sag das.
Hello? 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 Hello, Ralph? Mr. Ralph? Ralph? Hello?
Entschuldigung, jetzt hat er gerade der John
Hello? Hello?
geschrieben, posted.
Hello?
And look, I just had my first interview with Ralph Tyke, and I really had to tell him about your importance, about your importance, about your important influence in my life. Ist das gut oder ist das climate? Ja, da? Weißt du, das sehen natürlich dann alle Leute. Ich schaue, dass das alle Leute sehen. Auch in der Schweiz, verstehst du? Du möchtest für Musik, hä? Ich auch. Mal. Was haben wir gesagt, was für Musik? Ui.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Och fick det med små